When you have #1 beside your name, you have a target on your back. And this top-ranked team in the land is going on the road against a squad that can make its season if it can pull off a major upset. Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium, and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Rice Owls, taking on another team from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Rice ready to kick it off and get this game started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the NC State Wolfpack offense is on the field and ready to start the game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build.
There he goes! And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Wide receiver going in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Running it to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep down the right side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
This time it's complete. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might be changing the route. Dropping back, it's Rousseau. Quarterback extends the play. That's caught. It's Harris. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. This defense might be reeling after those last 2 and now facing 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Rice. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Offense scoops it up and still going.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Trying to burn this defensive back. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. Leaves it with the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a 3rd down stop. Fighting off the defender. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. Solid run on the last play, sets this offense up on 1st down. They'll move the wide receiver. Making side adjustments here. Looking for a man. It's Rousseau. Here's a heat. Fires toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws.
Looking for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Flushed out of the pocket. They get to him as he throws. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. Back to pass. They'll run the screen. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lost one deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Good work up front to get that 1st down on the ground, and now they'll go back to work. Oh, better look out. On his feet at the 40. Turning it on. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Owls.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point makes it 14-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Indiana is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point. But you take a look at the scoreboard, and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by 7 over Penn State. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He's going to lose a yard on that one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Looking deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Wolfpack line up facing 3rd and approximately half a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. The short hands, it's Reese. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Might be calling a hot route. Looking downfield, it's Rousseau. Scrambling away. He throws back to the left. That could be risky. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. The inside handoff. Got the first down. Looking for more. Big run there. Gets it inside the 20. All the way down to the 14 before he goes out of bounds. And the Owls, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. It's complete to the right. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
That had to be a coverage bust because there's no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen ever.
A very short pickup there, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, guys, and Rice has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Pushes toward the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Rice. No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Burt. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Pocket breaking down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
And that is incomplete.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
They got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. The Owls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The offense changing the play. To the air, it's Rousseau. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Owls.
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. The give to the back. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Burt. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. From the gun. Wants to pass. Fires to the right. That's caught. It's Reese. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Looking downfield on first down. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to throw again. Pulls it in. It's Burt. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one. NC State has work to do to convert this 3rd down. They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. They go to the wide receiver screen. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Reese. Breaks into the open. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. Got it behind the line. It's Grove. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Oh, they're after him. It's complete. It's a fumble on the play. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on third down. Fires to the big fella. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Just drives it between the uprights. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. He's loose. Touchdown, Rice. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing, rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Quickly to the tight end. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Shotgun snap on third down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. He gets a block. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things. On one punt return, takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turning on the gas. Great job, great return.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Indiana is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Penn State. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. To the air on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's Reese. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game, mark it at the 47.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
Unleashes one. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass D. NC State has work to do to convert this 3rd down. They just keep firing. With the catch, it's rolled. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll give it to the back. They'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. They'll run play action. Here's the pressure. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver. So the penalty for pass interference will allow this offense to run one more play on an untimed down. The give to the tailback. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Raleigh has given us a fun first half. And the standout player on the defensive side of the ball has been that boogeyman back there at safety. They try to run it, he's filling the holes. They try to throw it, he's either picking them off or trying to take dudes' heads off. Good luck making adjustments. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas in Carter Finley Stadium.
North Carolina State will kick it off to open the 3rd quarter. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Rice takes over. The Owls ready to get that offense cooking again. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. At the 40, there he goes. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Owls. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He's out of bounds at the 27-yard line, so a couple extra yards of field position for this offense to start. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Motion from the back. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Backed up now, here's second and long. Going to the ground. Fights off a defender. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. NC State has to come up with a big play here on third down. Under fire. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Bringing the heat. Didn't put much on that one, and it's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long. This one from the 44. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them.
Oh, he's got some space. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown. And they take it in for 6 more points. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses in it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down. You move on to the next game. Start working on the next opponent. This one's over.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacks on the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Conference USA action right now, fellas. Wait till you see how things are playing out. Louisiana Tech is on top, but it's not like Terry Bradshaw.
He smashes his way through again. And he loses the football on the return.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just could bounce any which way whatsoever. An offense right there, very lucky that one went out of bounds.
Ball is out behind the line. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Touchdown, Owls. And they turn it into a defensive score.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. Hand off from the shotgun. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. To the ground with the back. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it, and it's been that way all day. The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on third down. Wide receiver comes in motion. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Got his man downfield. Wide open spaces. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
With the run on first and goal. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. The snap sets up the throw. Caught behind the line. It's Ali. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Give to the running back. There he goes. Lowers those pads. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24.
You're going to win a lot of games if you can generate explosive plays. That's what we've seen in recent weeks from this football team, but this offense, man, they are every defensive coordinator's nightmare because of the players they've got lining up all over.
That's the end of the period, and Rice is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Back to pass, it's Rousseau. A shot toward the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Gets rid of it. This time he's got it. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. And the Owls come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Ready to fire from the pistol. Gives it on the option. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to him on the ground. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. NC State has work to do to convert this 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. And here comes the punt team. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Rice takes over. The Owls ready to get that offense cooking again. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12. The Owls are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Owls! They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Handoff from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. Just needs a crack to get a return. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Picks up the first down. Turning it on. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. And the Owls just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Slips through the line. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Makes the quick grab. Still on his feet at the 45. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ballgame.
Off play action on first down. Pressure coming. Now he's going to break the pocket. Across the 25, he's got room. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on third down. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Might as well give it to him again. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. 7 is the lucky and skilled number for this squad as they've made it to this point in the season, and they are still perfect.
Still perfect, and they're cooking. You can tell they got some momentum. You know, 7 weeks, obviously, that's not the whole season. You got bigger fish to fry down the road.